Uh, wait, is Kevin still on? Hey, yeah, sounds
Yeah, I'm
good.
still here.
Sounds good, Kevin. I'll see you Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
And feel better, Sandra. Have a good one. Okay. So today we get to start regular expressions, which is exciting because you will use this not a lot, but a good amount. It's not like something you'll use as much as like if statements or loops or something, but use regular expressions pretty good amount. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So Jacob, would you mind reading first?
Regular expressions. Regular expressions are powerful tools for various kinds of string manipulation. They are a domain-specific language, DSL, that is present as a library in most modern programming languages, not just Python. They are useful for two main tasks: verifying that string match a pattern, for instance, that a string has the format of an email address, performing substitutions in a string, such as changing all American spelling to British ones. Thought I was reading that wrong. Domain-specific languages are highly specialized mini programming languages. Regular expressions are a popular example of an SQL for database manipulation is another. Private domain specific languages are often used for specific industrial purposes.
Okay. So long story short, with regular expressions, mostly what you'll be doing is you'll just make sure some sort of pattern matches. So like for example, like with the email, let's say you wanted to make sure you're doing you're building a website for a company, right? And you only want them to be able to create accounts if they have an email address that's like at readingsoftware.com, right? Well, you could check the email that they input and search to see if there's an at and then readingsoftware.com after it and to see if it matches. Another thing it's saying you can do is you can do replace. So you can use regular expressions to replace certain characters. So like, but you can also use the just dot replace method to do that. But like, let's say you want to remove all the like, I don't know, spaces and turn them into, no, that's not a good example. If you want to remove, okay, out of a phone number, if you just want to remove all the dashes or whatever, you could just replace it with an empty string. So it would replace it with nothing and just get rid of the dashes, things like that. Any questions on that before we move on? Okay. Well, go ahead and answer the first question. Which of the following tasks cannot be performed using regular expressions? Checking whether an email is real. And you actually can do that, not with regular expressions, but we'll get into that when I show you how to send emails and stuff automatically. Patricia, would you mind reading this one?
Okay, regular expressions. Regular expressions in Python can be accessed using the RE module, which is part of the standard library. After you've defined a regular expression, the RE match function can be used to determine whether it matches at the beginning of a string. If it does, match returns an object representing the match. If not, it returns none. To avoid any confusion while working with regular expressions, we would use raw strings as our expression. Raw strings don't escape anything, which makes use of regular expressions easier. The above example checks if the pattern spam matches the string and prints match if it does. Here the pattern is a simple word, but there are various characters which would have special meaning when they are used in regular expression.
Okay, so once this loads, so this one, so so as you see, so you do re.match, and there's lots of different, we'll learn about different ones, like there's re search, re find all, but match is probably one of the most common. So we're saying, so this is basically saying if true, or if this is true, right? So like we could do the same thing by doing this. The RE, like if the RE equals true, oh, I didn't put the RE. Wait. No, it doesn't equal true because it equals a thing. Okay, so it's saying if a match, sorry, if a match exists, so it'd be the same as doing this. Because it actually equals a regular expression object, because not true. Because a regular expression object, because like later you can do the RE dot group. So like if we do so where would you do you'd be doing that in the pattern. So okay. So group one. So like if you want to get just specific parts, and the reason, like, okay, obviously with this example, you're just doing like SP in the brackets, but later it'll make more sense because like with regular expressions, you could do like dot, which is saying like any sort of character. If we find a match with an S and then any sort of character, tell us like what that character is. You know, but anyway, we'll get to all that. So long story short, it's you're just saying if there is a match, so not if it's true, but if there is a match, if you have a regular expression object and not a none type object. So it's actually more like doing this is not equal none. and then it still gives you the SP. So as long as it's not a none type object, then it'll execute this. Any questions on this so far? Like, I know I kind of threw more stuff at you than we've gotten to yet, but any questions so far just about like the idea of matching some sort of pattern in a string? Nope. Okay. All right, answer the next question. Which of these patterns would not match the string spam, spam, spam? Pam, spam, because let's see. Wait, which of these patterns would not already match the string spam, spam, spam? Okay. Oh, because PAM spam. Oh, that's because this starts, this isn't starting with, okay, so you could do that, you could actually do this one, but you would have to then put something like a period, any character and then a star, which means like some amount of numbers before it would actually match, because you could actually make that match if you did spam, but you did like this. Then you'd get a match. But because it's, if you just did just like this, it's not going to get a match because it's not this regular expression pattern. You're not saying, you're saying it starts with ham spam, as opposed to doing like if we just did, it starts with SP, we're finding that, and S, like it was saying. So it's because it's what it starts with is why that one didn't match. Okay. Brian Anthony, do you mind reading this one?
Regular expressions. Other functions to match patterns are re.search and re.findAll. The function re.search finds a match of pattern anywhere in the string. The function of re.findAll returns a list of all substrings that match a pattern. In the sample above, the match function does not match the pattern as it looks at the beginning of the string. The search function found a match in the string. The function finder does all the same things as re.findAll, except it returns an interior rather than a list.
Iterator, because it's re find iter for iterator. Good, thanks. And so this one, we run this. Okay. We're doing re match. It looks like they're all the same thing. So re match pattern spam. Well, there's no match because it's not, even though there's a match in it, it's not at the beginning. And then RE search, it's returning match because it's searching the whole thing and it's finding spam in there. It's just not at the beginning. So match has to be like exact, right? And search has to just be somewhere in there. And then find all is going to give you a list of where it found those matches. So it doesn't make sense to just be searching, like to just be searching for just regular letters usually, unless, like I said, the email example, unless you were doing like RE search for an email, right? And you're doing like the threading software like I was talking about. But you can actually use RE match just like RE search if you just if you put like something before it, like I was saying, you put the period star or whatever. You're saying, okay, there's going to be some sort of characters before it, and then it's going to return a match. But that's if it's at the end, because so now if like we only wanted this one, like, okay, so well, I don't know why I'm telling you all this before we get there. I'm sure we'll get there. But anyway, that's just the different. So I'll stop there. The difference is RE match has to be exact. Search, it's got to be somewhere in there. Find all is going to return you a list of all the things. And it's good. It's important to mention too, with find all, if you want a multi-line string. So like, you know how we do like the triple quotes and then put a bunch of stuff in the triple quotes for the multi-line strings. If you want to search that, you need to do find all, well, or iter, in order to search multi-line strings. So if you try and do it on with match or search, you're only going to get a result for your first line. So, oh, well, whatever. Which following is not a function in the RE model RE find list? David, would you mind reading this one?
Regular expressions. The regex search returns an object with several methods that give details about it. These methods include group, which returns a string match, start and end, which return the start and ending positions of the first match, and span, which returns the start and end positions of the first match as a tuple. Run the code and see how it works.
Group is probably going to be what you use most, but if you're trying to like replace stuff, so remember how you can do string splicing where you can like here, I'll just show you string splicing, like where you can go, okay, return here, let's do this. Oops. So like what you would use start and end for is if like you were doing string splicing where, let's do print the string from, let's say 2 to 6, right? Where you're saying, okay, get me the index of from 2, so 0, 1, 2, out to 6, right? And then like you're splicing it together and you want to know, okay, well, where's that match? So like, let's say you want to remove that or you want to insert something into, honestly, you would do dot replace would be what you would do. But anyway, you could also do it this way where you do the start to get the starting index and then end to get the ending index. And if you just need both, as you see, you just do span and it's going to give you both right there, the starting index and your ending index. So you can, splice stuff together. Because like, let's say we just wanted to get rid of eggs, right? So we do 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3, let's say we just want to get rid of eggs and then use the rest or something. You could do that. Why is it taking so long? Let's try it again. Okay, so um, 3. Okay, we'll do 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. Or actually, should be to 7. Yeah, it should be to 7. Oh, oops. So like if you wanted to, cut that and let's say insert something into it, or let's say we just wanted to cut that and just leave eggs and sausage, right? We would do a string. So from 0 to oh, actually, okay, that's spam, so not eggs. Yeah. Okay, so 0 to 3 plus string seven to the end. And then you could eliminate, spam out of there and just have eggs and such. I don't know why I need to figure that out because it gives me the 4 and 7 right there. But anyway, so yeah, that would be a good example of start and end. Any questions on that? Nope. Okay. Does everybody understand what I said? Is it confusing or anything? I feel like maybe
I was trying it and I got the spam, but I didn't get egg sausage. Yours says egg sausage. I didn't get that.
Did you do the line what I did on line 6? Oh, dang it, it's gone. But
No
did
problem.
you get what
Print the string. Maybe I did a space between the colon. No, I didn't. The brackets The regular brackets :3, closed brackets plus the string to the brackets again of 7 to the :1, and the closing regular bracket and closing parentheses.
I can't picture that.
Yeah.
But
Let me share. Oh no, we can just move on. It's all right.
yeah, sounds good. Go ahead, answer the next question. Okay, drag and drop from the options below to print the starting and ending position. So we import RE for regular expressions, and then match dot start to get the starting number and match dot end to get the ending number. Tim, would you mind reading this one?
Yes. Good afternoon. Search and replace. One of the most important read methods that use regular expressions is sub syntax : This method replaces all occurrences of the pattern and string with repl, substituting all occurrences unless count provided. This method returns the modified string. Example: try it yourself, run the code to see how it works, contact database, practice.
Yeah, so for replacing things, so you can also do dot replace would work the same as opposed to re sub. I don't know if we've covered dot replace, but we'll go over that real quick too. But it's the same thing. So the original string, right, that we passed in at the end here, the pattern that we wanted to look for. So we're looking for the pattern. Here's what we want to replace it with. And here's the string that we're passing in. And then what's that give us? It gives us changing from David to Amy. But you can also do it this way. Yes. And then we just print str. Is it letting us? It shouldn't let us do that because str is a command. But anyway. Dot replace. Wait, line 5. Oh, yeah, because I changed it. So this does the same thing as just adding the dot replace to the end will do the same thing as this. So honestly, I hardly I can't think of a time I've ever used dot sub for dot substitute because I don't know, just dot replace feels easier. But anyway, it's another option. So go ahead and start on the practice and raise your hand once you're done. So I feel like they haven't taught you this yet, but they're asking you to use something that they haven't taught you. When you're doing your pattern, make sure that in the beginning you put a caret, so it's at the beginning. So like if you hold Shift 6, it'll do that little caret, pointing up thingy. So just put that before your 0, 0, and then it'll work for all of them. Okay, I'm gonna move on from this one because, like I said, they're doing stuff they didn't teach you. Like, it's pretty poor planning. But when you're doing expressions, you need, if you want something at the start of the string, you put the caret, and if you want something to match at the end of the string, I think it's the $sign. But I don't remember. We'll check. So like if you didn't have this caret, which I went back through and they have not covered that yet, you're gonna get this one wrong because it's trying to match the 0, 0 here instead of the 0, 0 in the front. But then if you add the caret, it's saying if the start of the string begins with a 0, 0, then substitute it. So yeah. Anyway, any questions on this one? Or anybody struggling, need help? Okay.
Yeah, I got it wrong.
Oh, okay. Can you do screen share? Yeah, you just need to put that caret. So click but right before the 0, 0 on line 5. Right before the 0, 0 in the quotes though. Yeah, and then hold shift and press 6 to put the caret. There you go. Now hit run.
Look,
And there you go. All right.
thanks.
Anybody else need help? No. Okay. Then moving on. Fill in the blanks to replace all 9s in the string with 0. So RE, and then pattern 9. So look for 9, replace it with 0 from the string num. And then when we return that, it's gonna have all zeros instead of 9s. Oh, it should be okay, so I said earlier that the dot replace method, that it so dot replace wouldn't have worked in that last one we did, because of it would work on most of them, but that same one where we had the problem where we need to put the caret, well, it wouldn't. So something to remember with dot replace, if you are like you're trying to replace all instances of it, then that's fine. But if you need like just stuff in the beginning or something, then that would be a better time to use the re.sub. So Peter, can you read this one?
Yes. Meta characters. Meta characters are what make regular expressions more powerful than normal string methods. They allow you to create regular expressions to represent concepts like one or more repetitions of a vowel. The existence of meta characters poses a problem if you want to create a regular expression or regex that matches a literal meta character, such as the codes of $. You can do this by skipping the meta characters by putting a backslash in front of them. However, this can cause problems since backslashes also have an escaping function in normal pattern strings. This can mean putting 3 or 4 backslashes in a row to do all the escaping. To avoid this, you can use a raw string, which is a normal string with an R in front of it. We saw usage of raw strings in a previous lesson.
Okay. So this is just talking about like, okay, say you needed to use that caret, right? Well, the caret's a meta character saying, you know, it the match if it starts at the beginning of the string, right? But if you put a backslash caret, then it would actually look for the caret, is what it's saying here. Oh, fill in the blanks to create a raw string. I am raw.
Oh, so there's not supposed to be a backslash in there?
Nope, just R.
Okay.
Roger, can you read this one?
Meta characters. The first meta character we look at is ... This matches any character other than a new line example. Run the code and see how it works.
So, like I was saying, the dot stands for any character. So like that could be a you know, a letter, a number, a you know, a $sign, a plus sign, well, like a raw one, so like a real one. But or not raw, so yeah, like a real character that's not new line. It's basically gonna match anything. And later we'll get to it, but like if you put the star after that, that means either 0 or multiple instances. So like if we just got rid of we got rid of the Y, or actually if we just did, honestly, we just did this, it's gonna always match, because that's anything however many times, that's going to be everything. So anything would match there. So, but we'll get to that. So, but anyway, long story short, right now, just remember the period stands for any character. Okay, answer the next question. What would ... match any 4-character string with no new lines? Mark, can you read this one?
The next two meta characters are caret and $sign. These match the start and end of a string, respectively. The pattern GRY means the string should start with GR, then follow with any characters except a new line, and end with a Y.
Okay, so we did this one. So it's going to match 1 and 2 because they fit. Okay, it's the start and Y is the end, right? But if, and that's why this one doesn't match, because it's not the start and the end. But if we got rid of that and either change this to search, then it's going to match all. Or with match, if we just said there could be something at the beginning, in the end, or there might not be, then it's still going to match all. So those are the different ways to get that to match. Any questions on that? But yeah, so again, long story short, if you want it to start with GR and end with Y, then use those. The caret and the $sign. Okay, go ahead and do the practice and raise your hand once you're done. Hey, Patricia. So, your problem, I'm guessing, is you probably need to put an if and else statement in order to handle both, if you get a match and
Oh, I
then,
did that.
and you're still having issues.
Yeah, like half of the test cases are correct, but then the other half aren't.
Oh, okay.
Right into that, look at the capitalization in match.
Oh yeah, try that too.
Okay, let me see.
Because the for match is capital M and then no match is lowercase m.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll wait a little bit longer to see if other
Yeah.
people are able to get it, and if not, then we'll just show you.
Okay, cool. I did look at C solution, but I didn't want to just copy that one. Mine looks a little different, but I'm not really quite sure what exactly isn't like adding up, but I'll wait.
Yeah, try and avoid doing C solution. Good job
Yeah.
not copying it. Okay, well, at least a few people are done. So David, would you mind doing screen share and sharing your answer?
Okay, so um, yeah, I typed in the pattern equals R parentheses with the little inverted greater than with the lowercase m dot dot with the E and $sign and encased in the double quotes. Use the if statement and the RE dot match pattern in the word printed, called the print match, and then the else statement print no match.
Well, good. Patricia, would you mind doing screen share so we can figure out what's going on there? And thanks, David.
Yeah. I think I figured it out. I'll show you. I think I figured it out. Do you see it?
Uh-huh.
What I did was I erroneously added pattern and then the pattern instead of word. So
Yeah, you just need to replace that with word and you should be good.
yeah, but I wonder how come half of it worked.
Oh, well, a variable word.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
Well, some of them probably worked because they were that word or something. I don't know. But anyway, there you go.
Okay.
So,
Cool. Thank you.
all right, anybody else struggling and need help? Okay, and moving on. Okay, fill in the blanks to create a pattern that matches strings that contain 3 characters, out of which the last character is an exclamation mark. So 3 characters and then the last one an exclamation mark, or 2 characters and then the last one's an exclamation mark. Okay. And it's 3, but let's keep going for one more. So we only got 2 done today, so let's try and get at least 3. Let's see. I think that's everybody. So Jacob, would you mind reading?
Yes.
What is the answer before this one? The one before that.
Dot exclamation mark.
Oh, okay. It's that. It was
Character
okay.
classes. Character classes provide a way to match only one of a specific set of characters. A character class is created by putting the characters it matches inside square brackets. Example. The pattern, yeah, in the search function matches all the string that contain any one of the characters defined.
Okay, so in this example, if you're looking for vowels, so if you've got A-E-I-O-U, and you're saying, okay, I want to match for at least one of these, right? Well, okay, this one has A-E-I-O-U, so you get your match. This one has an A-E-I-O-U, has one of them, so it has a match. But this one, since it's using the sometimes Y as a vowel, does not return a match. So this is also good for, well, no, you can do ignore case. I mean, one option is to do like ignore case, but if you're lazy and don't want to ignore all the cases, but some of the cases, like you could do like RR, right? If you're looking for either capital R or lowercase r. And so in this one, they all have R's. And so it's going to match. But if you just had just R, it is case sensitive. So you're not going to get any output. So that's a good use case for this, for putting it in the brackets, the classes. Any questions on that? Does that make sense to everybody? Anything not clear? Basically, it wants you to match at least one of those is what it's doing. Okay. Go ahead, answer the next question. What would ABC, DEF match? Any letter out of ABC, then any letter out of DEF. Patricia, can you read this one?
Yeah. Character classes. Character classes can also match ranges of characters. Some examples, the class A through Z matches any lowercase alphabetic character. The class G through P matches any uppercase character from G to P. The class 0 through 9 matches any digit. Multiple ranges can be included in one class. For example, A to ZA to Z matches a letter of any case. The pattern in the example above matches strings that contain two alphabetic uppercase letters followed by a digit.
Okay, so this one, if you're like, you're just wanting to match. So in this one, uppercase letter, and a number, right, is what it's saying. So that's why this one matches, but this doesn't fit the parameter because it only has one uppercase letter. And this one doesn't fit because it has a number first and then two lowercase letters. So, I mean, this one wouldn't work even if they were capital, because it's still not the right order here. But yeah, so that's another good example of character classes. If like you just want letters, like you can do something like that, like A to Z and A to Z, but oh, the dash means two, because like you might only want a letter, right? So just make sure that it's a letter and not a number and not some other kind of character or whatever, as opposed to doing the dot, which is, it's going to match letters, numbers, anything that's not a new line, right? Any questions on that? Nope. Okay. What would 1 to 5, 0 to 9 match? Any two-digit number from 10 to 59, because it's the first one's 1 to 5, so up to 50. The last one up to 9. So Brian, can you read this one?
Character classes place a caret at the start of the character class to invert it. This causes it to match any character other than the ones included. The other meta characters, such as the $ and the dot, have no meaning within character classes. The meta character caret has no meaning unless it is the first character in a class. The pattern caret A to Z exclude uppercase strings. Note that the caret should be inside the brackets to invert the character classes.
So it's kind of messed up that they use the same meta character that they use for saying the start of the string. So try and make a mental note of that so that you don't just keep thinking, oh, start of the string, right? That if it's in a character class, it's saying, you know, not basically not equal to that. So like, let's run that. So this one, we're saying, okay, if you have anything that's not the first one, if it's anything that's not a capital A to Z, then match. So that's why this one matches. Since this is RE search, it's saying, okay, if you find anything that is not that, so found that and numbers, or lowercase and numbers, so that's why I returned a match. And then this one, well, this is all uppercase letters, so it found no matches that weren't uppercase letters, so that's why that one doesn't return. Any questions on that? And actually, so like that's still gonna match just because numbers aren't gonna be, you know, A to Z. So what um so what's it called? Like if you're searching for a phone number or something and you're wanting to make sure they're entering like all numbers or whatnot. Granted, you could just on forms, you could just put number and then they'd only be able to put, or on in your HTML forms, you just list it as number and then they can only put numbers. So it's probably the better way to put it. But this would be another way, is if you want to make sure they're only entering numbers for a phone number when you're checking, then you could do that. Okay, go ahead, start the practice and raise your hand once you're done.
D. What are we searching?
Hey, Jacob. Hey, did you get my email yesterday?
I did, thank you.
Okay, just making sure you got it. All right, so we'll just go over this one. So with this one, it's wanting the first symbol to be an uppercase character. So first thing we need to do is our RE cert or RE match, and then make the first character or first put the caret, so we know that it's the first character is going to be an A, and then the second symbol, or sorry, not an A, is going to be an uppercase letter. Then the second one, an uppercase letter. Third one, a digit, and last one, a digit. Then we need to put the $sign at the end to make sure there's only 4 digits, and we pass in ID for whatever input is going to be our string that we put here. So if we do get a match, then we print searching, and if not, we print wrong format. Does anybody need help with this one? Struggling, not understand it, anything? Jacob, how come your camera is like freaking out? But anyway, okay, so moving on. All right, fill in the blanks to match strings that are not entirely composed of digits. So remember, if it's in the brackets and we put the caret, it doesn't mean the beginning. It means, okay, not equal to, basically. So if it's not equal to a digit, then get a match. So all right, we will end there for today. Go ahead and play around with everything we just did today. Try it out on your Visual Studio. Regular expressions are important, so this is something you need to know. It's not, I mean, you need to know everything, but it's not like classes which you use, but like a lot of the stuff in here you won't use very often, right? Unless you get into game development, but with web-based programming, not as much. Like, but you still need to know it. But regular expressions you will be using a lot. So definitely take your time to play around with it and make sure you understand. If you don't understand, just ask. So, okay. And once you're done with that, work on your resume project. And if anybody has any questions, just unmute and let me know. Log out and I'll be right back.